We are going into our first match. This best of 3 starts on Northern Isles. It is a semi-final in the premier tournament. LawLiet versus Lin, 2 Korean legends facing each other. Here is their tail of the tape once it's updated, which it should. There we go. The tail of the tape between them. 75% win rate for Lin in this direct encounter, but LawLiet is looking as hot as ever and might have the chance today to cause a little bit of an upset in defeating Lin. Thank you, Darren, for the 2-month resub as well. And here we go with our first map. Little disclaimer, we are not in game, we can't control the graphics, so this is a clean feed. We don't control the audio, we don't control the video, we don't control the camera, so this is what we have to live with. And nonetheless, let's enjoy the games, because what these players are bringing to the table is nothing but amazing.
Yeah, as I said, these guys have met quite a few times before. It is no secret that Lin has been struggling against Night Elf the most over the last few years. So has pretty much every other orc. The margin for error is extremely tiny. You mentioned the historic encounter between Lin and LawLiet. There, Lin certainly favored, but if we look at the most recent matches between the two, LawLiet has had the upper hand the last 2 games. The last 2 series they played, it was a 3-2 and 2-0. And this is also a rematch of NeXT Summer, where Lin in the quarterfinals was able to get the 2-0 and then make it to... Damn, I'm blanking now. I think the grand final? No, the semifinal. The semifinal. The grand final last time around was Fly versus Colorful. Both of these guys now not in the top 8. Lin eliminated, sort of, Colorful in the group stages, and Fly didn't even participate. Now, Colorful actually, he defeated Lin, but because of the point standing, it was Lin and Moon making it through in the end with one of those crazy games. And speaking of crazy games, Lin once again with the CORSAIR. We've been seeing that more and more.
Yeah, since Carson put this on Theorycraft, right? We saw that Hitman is following that lead. I've been an advocate of CORSAIR in this matchup for quite a while, since Focus was paving the way. And it seems to be the superior strategy, or at least something that the Night Elves are not too familiar with in direct comparison to the Blade Master style, because that's been played for 3 years almost, and this CORSAIR style rather new, so you might not know the ins and outs too well. We have a super fast tech and a headhunter follow-up after this one grunt.
Yeah, the big strength of the CORSAIR is you can oftentimes skip resources, don't have to go for healing. Interestingly, he went for a shop early anyways.
Yeah.
Goes for heal salves early anyways. This is really unusual. It's normally one of the big reasons to play CORSAIR, to save on gold. Once you get level 3 CORSAIR in the mid game, you're also going to be pretty damn strong with the wolves, and that is oftentimes combined strategically along with Headhunters and Shadowhunter to play a tier 2 expansion. If you play Blade Master, it's going to be strong in the late game, but it has some difficulty getting off the ground. It takes some time until you get really strong. That always means that the Night Elf will be expanding first. Here with the CORSAIR, you can kind of flip the script. And I am really, really surprised by this shop, I gotta say. Didn't invest too much into it, only 1 set of heal salves. With that and the replenishment potion, he can trade very effectively, I guess.
And that replenishment potion especially, he can just hang around the Night Elf base trying to save the Wisp and didn't get it, but the detonate kills the wolf. Little bit of experience. Level 2 on both sides. We got no second skill yet selected for LawLiet? Ah, there we go for the Antangle. Everything else would have been a major surprise. At the other side, Wolves and Chain Lightning, of course. And so far, a pretty calm early game. LawLiet also dodging the middle, not allowing any big harasses from the CORSAIR, who spent quite some time in the void.
Yeah, but he finds the Keeper. That was crazy. That was the sickest read ever. Like, the whole map for him was dark. He had the CORSAIR vision and the shop halfway outside his base. He didn't see the Keeper with that, but somehow he felt that the Keeper was down at the green, trying to steal that away. Now he falls back, can make use of his units, and get more experience there. And these experience points are relevant. The race to level 3 is a crucial timing for both these guys. Keeper over at the Tuskar camp right now, if he had the read for that as well, that would be crazy. But Lin won't be able to stop that one. Keeper gets the experience there. Takes him a lot of mana to do so, though.
And out of time, of course, big healing. Got the staff to go back and heal up. Against the Faster, you of course don't mass tier 1 as you oftentimes do against Blade Mass. So this is gonna be Dryads, and maybe some Bears later on. For Lyn, we saw the Torrent Chieftain as a second hero. No... Ooh, Chain Lightning invested, Archer kill. No Serpent Ward Shadow Hunt. My favorite tactic, Remo. Once again, not play.
Yeah, nowadays most Night Elves are rushing tier 3. Against the Dryad style, the Shadowhunter is certainly very strong, but from what I've seen recently against this Farseer, Night Elves have adjusted. Don't expand too early anymore. Go tier 3, rely on the Bears and the dual hero and the strength of Rejuve. Dual hero could be Demon Hunter second or could be Panda second, like we see here, or the stars of the new patch.
The new patch that is 7 months old, but yeah, the Panda for sure. A big weapon of mass destruction once you level him up, so it's up to the Keeper now to create some space and let the Panda creep as we have the before mentioned tier 3 rush. It's a little inspired by Remind, I gotta say.
Yeah, it's been getting played quite a bit recently. Also, colorful and other Night Elves. This new orc style seemingly is requiring a new play approach. Moon, on the other hand, will still try to fit in an early expansion oftentimes, but for many of the others, I saw mostly tier 3 play. Even in this matchup, the strength of the Bears cannot be denied. The double rejuve with massive training, we have all become aware. And the question is how Lyn is going to get ready for that. He can certainly expect Bears to come out. Bears take a while, so normally what the Orcs try to do is make use of the tier 2 strength and try to get that tier 2 expansion going.
See if that's what happens. Frosty is still hanging around, buying time. It's a very similar approach by both of these players, or should be. Buy time for the second hero. The second hero is going to be the carry, as it is in Human versus Orc as well. And man, we got a lot of production in LawLiet's base. As the first lores are finishing, TC finds a Ring of Protection. Actually not too bad for him. We got Walkers on Lyn's side, as well as Raiders.
Good old Raider Walker. The standard we used to see for so long. I guess with a different hero combo compared to Blade plus Shadow in the past. Seems like LawLiet is also expecting the expansion to come up here soon for his opponent. Checking out the south, scouting around with his Keeper. This could be a bit dangerous. Once we have Raiders, Speed Scroll, Stomp, and Snare, that could force a TP, perhaps.
Very true, and we do have that online. Not too sure if Snare is finished, but it should be. Or we'll queue it now. But I guess it's fine. Does he want to engage? Do you want to go into that creep camp? Good thing for Lyn, if his opponent is going for the creep camp, he can just creep Jack, and on the other side he falls back and goes for the Merchant.
The downside of playing this strategy for Lyn is the Ensnare isn't so easy to come by, or the Dispel, excuse me, because you don't have too many Dispel abilities. Going for the Keeper here, that is the TP force that we were talking about. Would have been quite daring to use the staff there, didn't want to do that, but it was a good move. He's going to escape, and he's going to manage to creep up the Panda at the same time. The Panda who still needs some good level ups.
He did get one level up, but is it a good one? We'll see about that. It is Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire unlocked. Parry up, but one of the bigger camps goes to the Orc, and the Devotion Aura is absolutely excellent. Access to the shop now as well for possibly an Invo Potion, and the so important level 3 on the Torrent Chieftain. So far, I'd say the game goes a tad better for Lyn than it does for LawLiet.
He did get the heal scroll, right? Yes, he did. Heal scroll on the TC. Upon daytime, 7 minutes 20, the first heal scroll becomes available. Hugely important with this kind of army as the Orc. You have no other source of healing. These heal scrolls are going to be crucial for every single point in the game. Gets the next item in the middle as well, level 3 Farseer. Book of the Dead could be really, really good. I don't think the Dryad count is very high. And you shouldn't be expecting too many Wisps if there's a fight happening across the map.
Yeah, of course LawLiet would always bring Wisps when there was this old tier 1 meta. He was flooding the Orc army with that to get rid of the Shaman mana, but here, shouldn't expect this. You're 100% right. We got Chain Lightning level 2, which I really, really like. Wolves are easy to come by at this stage of the game. So this is powerful, powerful AoE. for Lin now.
And we see once again a disenchant has to be used for the entangle, so the Warcraft has spent 100 mana just to get rid of 75 mana from the Keeper. And the Keeper, of course, regens much more than the Walkers do, so it's really difficult to manage the mana on the Walkers properly. You mentioned the Wisps already. If the Wisps connect into the Walkers, that could be a big play. But LawLiet being on one base only, not so easy to afford all those Wisps and everything else. LawLiet has been contained quite a bit. I think Lin played a really good game so far. He's got the double level 3. He would love to creep Jag right here. And LawLiet just wants to be left alone. Just wants to get that Panda level 3 that he still doesn't have.
Huh. Interesting situation. Both on even supply. Heal scroll for Lin. Is he willing to engage with a good stomp? So far, he's hesitating a little bit. At least threatening this attack. We got an orb of venom on the Keeper. That's some decent damage. But hey, this Sasquatch might be going to Lin after all. Weird movement. Wait, did he steal it?
Yeah, the Panda stole it. With the
Yeah.
breath. He got the experience. TC got the item with the period of vitality. And now in we go. Wisps are coming in from the side indeed. Trying to connect, mana burn the Walkers. That did work out decently well enough. One bear gonna get taken out with Ensnare, target fire, and then the TP out by Lin. Doesn't want to lose too many units. He lost one grunt, traded for one bear. Good trade for him. Now he has to use the heal salves. And his burrow did finish, so did the expansion. Lin can go into upkeep now.
Not the easiest game for LawLiet, that is for sure. He's trying to creep up with the Scorpions. But are there... Okay, level 3 Panda is around the corner. He saved on that Invo Potion, didn't use that. The heal scroll was not used on Lin's side as well. Double mana potion for him. He is so ready. You are so right about this. Everything's bruised and the TP is gone, so LawLiet has to fight this.
Seems like this is pretty much chanceless if we're honest. Chain Lightning coming in, the Farseer's lining up. There it is! 1, 2, 3 bounce. Gets 2 kills right away. And LawLiet still at 50 supply at the moment. Everything on the Orc side is low though. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire, Heal Scroll comes in again. That was the crucial last Heal Scroll. That seems to have been just enough for Lin to own this fight. Or can the Bears turn it around?
Ooh, it doesn't seem like it. They're getting ensnared, they're getting eaten. And the Panda and Brewmaster is supposed to be the carry. He's running out of mana. Good heal potion first, but the Stomp is getting rid of that Keeper of the Grow. Ooh, oh, Invo Potion. Okay, saves him for now, but more and more bears are suffering. 42 supply only for LawLiet, and the big level up on the Torrent Chieftain with a level 2 aura, making things even easier than it already was. And now what to do? This is a 15 supply difference. Lots of stuff is still stuck in production for LawLiet. Maybe the Moonwell's gonna help, but if I see this right, they're looking pretty dry.
Lin going really ham over here. Lots of his units are very hurt. He's still going in, fighting against Rejuve. This is quite daring. Let's see how it works out. The Panda, of course, ready with all the mana regen here to throw in the Breath of Fire.
Ooh.
There's no TP here on Lin.
Oh, is he overcommitting after all these years of competitive Warcraft doing that one mistake? LawLiet with the back of his base. The bears are coming in super quickly for that Rejuve. And that was a sweet double kill for this Panda and Brewmaster. Lin now finally getting rid of this army and retreating a bit, but... Yikes, that was a little overambitious.
Yeah, definitely seemed to be a bit too brazen. Needs to get back to the shop, needs that heal scroll so badly.
Oh,
everything extremely hurt. There comes the heal scroll. Amazing value. Kodo goes down. Does that mean a bear returns? Yes, it does, but half dead. Stomp coming in, Chain Lightning, bear has fallen, and the next one will as well. The Ensnare's always sitting perfectly. So, staff can't even be used to save these bears.
Panda has nothing to save himself. The Keeper is ready with the staff, but not without losing another bear. Maybe now LawLiet a little too brave, moving out on the map again. Signature Lin move, Kodo into Zeppelin.
Yeah, nice save there as well. Lin has lots of gold right now. The two bases have been mining for quite some time. Pops the Book of the Dead here, which is a creative use, as now he's gonna heal up and should be able to take this lead that he has to victory. Double level 4 heroes, 20 supply lead. All I know is time is running out. He's got one more chance left, but it's not a good one.
Yeah, he has to break this expo, but how? Does he have a lot of mana? Not really. Panda has no potion. It's just an overwhelming mass for Lin at this point. Bear's not in front. It's a tiny, tiny army with only a Dryad and a Bear and the 2 heroes trying to go for hero focus, but a TC is pretty sturdy.
Yeah, that guy won't fall too easy with these tankiness items as well. There's also the great thing about the TC, by the way. Even he runs out of mana, yeah, you don't have the Stomp, but the Aura is always a big help, especially if you have level 2 Aura. And Lin is going to claim that 1-0 victory here, as it seems. Even making use of the Zeppelin, because why not? Bears with the Rejuve trying their best. Stomp, Chain Lightning, Keeper will finally fall, and that is the game. 1-0 for Lin.
GG on Northern Isles, everybody. That was a pretty convincing victory, if you ask me. Early game did go really, really well, and LawLiet never really stood a chance.
Yeah, he kind of played the standard, what you're supposed to do, get to tier 3 quickly. That's what Knights have been doing mostly lately, and then trade very efficiently with that tier 3 army, with the Bears and the Rejuve. But Lin was perfectly ready. He had the Kodos he needed, he had the heal scrolls. Oh my god, how important were those heal scrolls that he needed. And the Raider and Snare lockdown was always there. The perfect mix of grunts and headhunters. And the early game, so importantly, he didn't let the Keeper get out of control. It took him forever to get level 3. The Keeper was being controlled by the CORSAIR very, very well. And another thing to note here is the second hero choice. It was a Panda second against a TC second. That's not the matchup you want to have ideally. You would prefer to have Demon Hunter against TC or Panda against Shadow Hunter. So here, the mind game also going a bit in Lin's favor.
Yeah, for sure. If you don't have mana burn, that TC is just way too good if he has mana. Maybe I have to remind you that you don't mute yourself in Ninja if you mute yourself in OBS.
Yeah, I was aware. I'm not sure. Wait, okay. There's a mute button here. Okay, I found it.
Yeah. We both got the sniffles a little bit, but of course we are here like real troopers as the show must go on. Our Canadian friend is casting when there's a flood in front of his house. The Germans, they ignore being a little sick. This is the back to Warcraft spirit, everybody.
We're basically Iron Men, Neo. How about next year? We're gonna do an Iron Man competition. We're gonna crawl through 5 miles of mud and then 10 miles of barbed wire. Ain't nothing to us.
Yeah, of course. We are walking through barbed wire. That is a very good idea, Mr. Remo Demo. I see your New Year's resolutions are coming in very nicely. I might need a minute to think about that, if that's all right with you.
Well, you're gonna come around. We can use that minute to pass to think about the game strategically. It seems to be the new Night Elf standard to do this bear rush. Is this perhaps wrong? Is this perhaps not the best idea? Is this perhaps too predictable for the orcs? I mentioned Moon earlier. He already, way back, when we think about old WGL, he was trying to fast expand against this style. It is so tempting to go into Dryads, to have counter against the Farseer. But what Moon did back then is go for a faster expansion, rely more on archers, and then be heavier on the micro side. We're gonna go to Last Refuge for our second map, where the game could be very, very different. If there ever was a great Talon map, it's this one.
I was about to ask, Mr. Remo Demo, are you indicating a Talon play? I've seen one in the group stage, and that was a pretty fascinating, pretty good one. On the other side, Lin is the master in playing against Talons, or at least was, but I wouldn't be too surprised to see them here, and then we can all bask in the glory of the wonderful Cyclone animation.
Didn't Moon play Talons here against Lin in the groups?
Yeah, dude, I saw so many Night Elf vs. Orc that one day. I don't know, man. That was an entire day. Like 6 games in a pure Night Elf Orc group. It's a little blurry.
But you're right, Lin is amazing against Talons, no question about that. Honestly, I was kind of amazed and saddened in DreamHack when Lin played against Colorful. And Colorful is amazing at Talons, I would say at the moment way better than Moon with Talons on this map. Because he's been doing it longer for the last year. And yeah, Colorful also played a decent game, but Lin played a sick game. And in the end still had no chance against the Talons on this map. It is worth a consideration nowadays against the right opponent to perhaps even veto this map in case of Talons, and seems like that might be coming. We have a Demon Hunter first, which means no Huntresses, no Tier 1 expansion. It's going to be likely Talons, or perhaps Dryads or Bears, if LawLiet wants to get a bit tricky here.
Or mass archer play would be the ultra rare strat and a big curveball, but yeah, I think Talons it is with the Demon Hunter opening, and maybe he was just missing the demon a little too much on Northern Isle that he goes for this as the first hero. Blade Master for Lin on the other side, so two very different hero choices already.
Yeah, very much so old school. This is what we used to see for years and years and years. From 2005 to 2017, kind of, whenever the Keeper came around. It's going to be interesting how the two go up against each other. Another reason why Demon Hunter Talons is strong on this map is because orcs normally always skip the shop. They go to the middle, grab the circlet, want to go for the green camp, the High Priest in the early game. And that means that you have no heal salves at the beginning. Ideally, as the orc in this kind of game against the Demon Hunter, you want to be pressuring right away and then use heal salves to recover. So Lin is still not going for the shop in his base. He's going for the circle instead, but he's going for double burrow, interestingly. This is also a new adjustment to burrow tech to be able to put on more pressure with more grunts more quickly if needed.
Oh, Demon Hunter coming in, reveal. Not too sure if he got that last hit right there.
Yeah, the blade got it. The demon still only has the amount from the first camp. Gets out a few mana burns. But all the mana was decently well used by the Blade Master, I guess. And now LawLiet has to keep pressure on the Blade because right now with 2 and soon to be 3 grunts, Lin could creep very quickly. Yeah. Oh, look at the play. How they're trying to take out the Wisp here. Lin intentionally pulling in the creeps and gets the surround. What? Oh my god.
3-unit surround. The Demon Hunter, of course, has to TP out. 30 XP missing. HP missing. There is a gigantic play in LawLiet. Once again, no tier 1 tournament win under his belt. And it looks like this is not going to be his day either. These big premier tournaments are just not his. And the roadblock is oftentimes Lin.
That was a sick play. LawLiet tried to protect the Wisp to save him until the end snare wears off. But then Lin, realizing so fast what's happening. But good adjustment here also by LawLiet. Going over to the Merc camp right away. He knows that the Blade Master was really hurt. Lin is sending up his grunts, but this is going to be too late to prevent the level up. Using the dust, making sure, getting the rune bracers, which is not a good item.
No. Foggy will probably need it in the next semifinal when he's up against 1-0, but here, very useless. We do have a lot of mercs, and the Blade Master at the lab. Interesting play, just threatening this attack. And can't really finish this. This is, of course, the downside of Last Refuge. Illusions and creeps doesn't go too well together.
Yeah, we see the prioritization of Lin. It's all about trying to slow down the Demon Hunter. Once he gets level 3, things get so much more difficult, and you want to keep pressure on him, perhaps now especially as the TP is gone. First mistake by Lin this series, he made the shop too late. Once the Blade Master comes pressure you, you probably should set up the shop right away after your tier 2 started. So this slowed him down a little bit. These are the tiny mistakes that make him the difference on this level. Yeah. As LawLiet is going into the middle, wants to go for the Beastmaster second, probably. And the grunts are just passing by to the other side into the main.
They could potentially cancel wins, which are not here. And now we got the second hero. It is the Beastmaster on the left-hand side. And I always wonder these days, some Night Elf players are trying to still go into the Orc base and cancel buildings with Quilby's Demon Hunter, but I haven't seen it succeed in a long time. So I like LawLiet's approach here to use the Beastmaster for creeping to get that level 2 mana burn.
Yeah, especially with the mercs that he has, he can creep very, very quickly. We saw a Shadow Hunter second and double Bestiary, by the way. This is a new addition, or a new adjustment. Lin, before, when you saw him play against it, against Moon, he did play the standard, the old standard, with Raider Walker and Beastmaster. And the Blade Master might be going down right here. Sacrifices the blade. He stole the item. I don't think he got the experience.
No, he didn't. I was looking at the blade. He's been on 1.5 for a long time. I mean, Shadowhunter is out. It's only a level 1 hero, but it's also good experience for LawLiet. Item stolen away is decent, but also not a game-winning move. We have the talents coming slowly but steady, and with this Blade Master move, I think LawLiet can just get the second camp as well.
Yeah, the thing is though, the blade is going to be back very soon, and he's looking for the Creepjack. Shadowhunter with a Hex first, has to use it on the Shadow Priest, I guess, because he can use Dispel. Shadow Priest goes down first. The Berserker especially would be the painful loss.
No way.
And the Demon Hunter, remember, he doesn't have a TP. Oh, perfect surround from the Raider that comes in with the Ensnare ready because it was a double Bestiary play. He just found the big Inmo potion though. That might be able to save him.
But is it the case? Oh yeah, he's breaking free, and maybe Lin is overcommitting. There's of course a level 1 evasion, results in 2 grunt kills. He might still go down as the Blade Master is chasing, but he doesn't have critical strike. And Hex might be in range. Try to mana burn to prevent the Hex. Can you deny? Yes, he does. So no experience here for Lin either. The Shadowhunter is super hurt.
Oh, this very important deny, actually. That prevents so much experience gained. Woo, the Raider escaping on 10 HP, the Shadowhunter on 50. That was a close call. Blade Master still looking for that level up, still looking for more kills. And if the LawLiet was paying attention, he must know it's double Bestiary because of how fast that Ensnare was ready.
Is this still working though? Will it just be pure lane style with mass raiders? Dodge every single fight? That the play?
Yeah, I think that's the only way you're gonna do it. You also want to expand somewhere in between, ideally. Throw up the expansion, throw up towers, and then go for hit and run 24/7. Blade Master also draining a lot of mana right now out of the Moonwells. He still has the big mana potion. It's going to be valuable on the Shadowhunter, not so much on the Blade. But this Shadow still not level 2.
Yeah, heal wave missing. At least he gets a couple of items here from the shop, but so far it's not looking too great. This was supposed to be Lin's big moment in the mid game when, you know, you invest into tier 3, you invest into double engine of wind, but not really paying off yet. We do have magic damage and fairy fire coming from the talents. This helps in dealing with the raiders, but damage is done and he goes bears instead of hawk.
Yeah, I like that choice against the Blade Master especially. This makes a lot of sense. You can also use the Fairy Fire to reveal. One Moonwell taken out. Lin trying to get as much damage in as he can before the Demon Hunter is back. But it's going to be any second now.
He has no TP. He has no speed scroll. This is not going to be easy to get out. Wonder... Oh, I was about to say, wonder if Cyclone is finished. And there it is. Oh man, Demon Hunter could just clean house here. Lin down to 40 pop and... can he reach? Not too sure. Cameraman, fall asleep. There we go. Needs a coffee as well, probably. Was that enough damage? I think LawLiet can still produce. So it should be fine.
Yeah, I think LawLiet is in a tremendous spot here, honestly. He's about to get level 3. Beastmaster, he's got the way stronger army. What he needs is to get ready for this hit and run. So a 3rd hero keeper could honestly make a lot of sense for Entangle.
Would take some time, of course. Tinker could just be bought. Tinker would be the common choice. And now, Len, where do you find success? I think he has Pillage. Should be. 3/3 heroes. Is this a new strategy by LawLiet to skip the 3rd hero to have higher level 1st and 2nd heroes?
Yeah, it's just because of the game state right now. He lost the Moonwells, he lost units, he just simply doesn't have the resources right now, also doesn't have the supply at the moment, but we'll be making more Moonwells, getting ready for the next attack. And it's about building, kill, and pillage. He does have pillage, right? Yes, he does. Against a far superior fighting army.
Some of these raiders high up in the air. So he is doing damage again, but it's not supply blocked. This is, of course, an easy game for LawLiet. He has to just stay at home and wait for Lin to attack and then respond.
Yeah, the level 2 Bash Bear also making things quite difficult. One raider might get away. Perhaps not. This is good experience, of course, for LawLiet. Now that he's going to get level 4 Demon Hunter, that guy is basically unkillable.
Look at this amazing control by the raider, just standing still in the middle of a cyclone. He's... okay, there we go. Now, no resistance anymore. It was futile. And another raider kill. This is... the heroes are getting a little bit out of control.
Yeah, and now going for the expansion play. This is ideally what you want to have happen much sooner. And I feel like this whole game comes down to the shop being late. If the shop had been up ready earlier and the Blade Master had been healing, he could have been more aggressive, or he could have been expanding earlier. But this whole game, Lin just seems to be on the back foot. He gets some good kills here and there, but he's not in the position at all that he wants to be in.
Two very one-sided games thus far. Makes me looking very much forward to Game 3. Cool fighting spirit by LawLiet to just turn this around with a very, very different strategy. But okay, it's not over yet. It is still Lin we're talking about. But there's no shockwave to deal with all these talents. And if there's a lot of talent, there's a lot of cyclone. If there's a lot of cyclone, there's almost no damage from your heroes.
Blade Master surrounded, that one getting killed, the Shadow's also dead. And I think we're seeing the end here. No way out for Lin anymore. He's trying to fight his way out, but can't quite manage to. Raiders in the meantime, doing some damage in the base, but not enough. GG called. And
showing the hero kill, not that important, am I right? Northern Isles goes to Lin, and Last Refuge goes to LawLiet, which is now a tied series for the grand final. Just one map separates them from a lot of money and, of course, the glory. It was last year in winter when Focus finally had his breakthrough performance with this Tier 1 tournament win. Also, NeXT, also winter. Could go, or could be the same for LawLiet here in 2021.
Yeah, absolutely has what it takes. Hopefully this time he's not going to crumble under the pressure, but first he's going to have to get past Lin. Pretty unusual series so far. We saw Farseer on the first map, which of course is getting more and more popular, but still not necessarily the standard, into Talons. So the question is if we're going to see a super straight up game, the one that we're used to on map 3, which would be Keeper Hunts into Expo against Blade Master Grunts on the other side. Depends on the map a lot of the time. If we see Concealed Hill, I'm pretty sure that that's going to be what we're going to be seeing, because this seems to be the most standard. Speaking of maps, by the way, we do have a specific map pool for NeXT. We have Terrana Stand and Amazonia in the pool, compared to DreamHack, where we don't have these. And that's pretty interesting and pretty fair, I would say. Amazonia is a difficult map for Orc, for sure. It's really good for Night Elf. But Terrana Stand is a very good map for Orc. So I would imagine that these two maps are vetoed. Could leave us with Concealed or Tidehunters or Echo, I would say, most likely for our remaining maps.
Lots of options. We're gonna have the answer in a bit. Thank you very much, JS Alarex or Jasalarex or Jasal for the tier 1 sub. Much love. Raise the sub counter. Still rookie numbers here, but you're doing a good job supporting us, and we thank you for that.
Thank you guys very much. I've been enjoying these Terrana Stand games, I have to say. I was always a big fan of the map. It's very unique. It's a bit problematic in some matchups, aka every matchup for humans way to drop on that map. But that's what the vetoes are for, I guess. Other than that, in many other matchups, it can be pretty interesting because of how good it is defensively and how many hero options it opens up. This is where in the past also we used to see the Blade Master be really good in this matchup specifically, which is why I would imagine LawLiet vetoed it. We're gonna find out what the map is. I'm always trying to sneak peek into my friends list, but I don't see any of them online right now. So no secret informant here this time.
Thank God it's on the broadcast, Remo Demo. It's Concealed Hill. They show this thingy right here. Very outdated picture by LawLiet, I gotta say. This fella got a lot more handsome in the past couple of years. Thank you, Anubis, for the 4-month resub. We're waiting for the game to start, and we're not waiting any longer. The deciding game is 3 in this semi-final. Lin or LawLiet will face the winner of Foggy or 1-2-0 down to this one very map.
And this was the most likely map here to be played as last, considering the map pool. This seems to be the most balanced of the two. It can be very volatile. If the Keeper gets off to a good start, this can be tough for the Orc. So priority number 1, in my opinion, is to make sure the Keeper doesn't level too quickly. If it is the Keeper, which does seem likely, Blade Master, Creep Route, Shadowhunter follow-up on the one side, and Keeper into Alchemist with Tier 2 expansion. This seems to be the strongest on this map, on both sides, so I would expect this to be the old standard that we have come to expect.
Mr. Remo, did I hear this correctly? The number 1 priority is not to skill Mirror Image on a Blade Master?
Well, it comes as a nice bonus, but if you can prevent leveling without it, whatever.
Could go hand in hand. Maybe with Mirror Image you can prevent leveling. Yeah. Blow that nose, Mr. Demo Man. Very good.
It was muted on the stream, though. It was muted on the...
Okay. Very good. Very good, Mr. Remo Demo. Very good. What was I about to say? We've seen Lin play Mirror Image first for creeping, but that was without a shop, or at least a delayed shop. There was this one game where, unfortunately, there was a disconnect and it wasn't played out till the end. Was really curious how that goes long term. But yeah, that should come in down the road. We see the normal starting strategies for both of the players.
They're going to be scouting here with the Peon as well. Wants to find out what's going on, how greedy the Keeper is creeping. Sometimes Night Elves nowadays will go for 2 creep camps at the same time to get the fast level 2. To unlock also that Entangle, which makes a big difference. Seems like that's what LawLiet is going to be doing. Of course, with the Ancient of War at the beginning, the Night Elf does creep a bit faster. Both starting off with a Circlet, which they're going to be very happy with.
And LawLiet is finishing this camp while moving over to the Turtles. This is the Unpreventable level 2 already, trying to do something with the Peon here, but not gonna happen. Blade Master gets the second Circlet, which makes him twice as happy as before, but also LawLiet with the Mantle of Intelligence. These are some very well-equipped heroes right off the bat.
Blade Master now gonna look to be aggressive. Interesting creeping by Lin. Very Focus-esque, I want to say. Just sniping the item, nothing else, and then looking to move on. Scroll of Speed used. Expecting the Keeper perhaps at the Merchant, which is kind of weird. That would be pretty bold at this stage in the game. Doesn't find him there. Illusions is a great find, by the way, for the Blade Master. This is going to make scouting for him, looking for the Keeper, so much easier.
Even saved the Peon. Grunts at home, of course, a little scared of that force that is the Keeper of the Grove, who sidestepped a little bit. Now the Grunts find him, or does he find them?
See it? I definitely saw the Keeper. This is a win for Lin. This means he knows where the Keeper is. The Blade Master can show up. The Illusions can keep on scouting elsewhere, which is really good. No Staff of Teleportation yet, but we'll see it soon. Oh, and he saw the tricky play. Look at that. Force of Nature. He wants to try to set up an AP back here, but Lin shows, bro. I've seen it.
What the hell? Who expects this? What a nice play.
I'm not sure if he can get in, by the way. These treants seem to be stuck, so he could still build an AP there without anything possibly happening to it.
This is a play that you might want to reserve for DreamHack. But okay, this is of course $15,600 on the line. A good shot at going to the grand finals. And yeah, AP coming. Wow, what a play.
So Lin is setting up the early War Mill. He wants to get the Demolisher out early, perhaps. Oh, look at that Wand of Illusion pop inside. I'm not sure if that does anything, but it looks cool. Trying to aggro the creeps. Alright, the creeps are aggroed for a second at least. Alright, this is a very weird game of aggro juggle right now.
Yep, but I think Can he go in now? Does he want to go in now? Not really. This will be finishing, and Blade Master's not looking too healthy here. Same goes for the Keeper. Hunter's transition has been done, and this covers an expansion as well. Not easy to react to this if you're Lin.
I wonder if he's going to go for the Demolisher here. This is, of course, also pretty expensive. Or if he's just going to try to do it with Serpent Wards, maybe. Shadowhunter going to come out any moment now. And the Keeper breaching into the main. This is going to be a cancel on the Lodge. It was an early cancel, so far not too expensive in time. If he sets it up right now, it will only have been 30 seconds. But it is, you know, some noticeable time.
And there is a Demolisher coming. I would love to see a Sentinel as well, but we'll see some of them. Huh?
That's such a sick move, dude. That's such a sick move. Yeah. He kills the force of nature, the trees. The Wisp gets in, but the rest can't.
Oh my god, this is so awesome. Yeah, good luck. And the Demolisher will spawn in a second. Might be able to take that one out very soon. A little wonky of a play, but okay. Shadowhunter's here, Hex is here, trades a grunt for a Huntress, and the Hex is paying off well so far.
Yeah, it's a 1-for-1 trade here so far. Who that's better for is honestly hard to tell. This means the Shadowhunter can't solo creep. The Blade Master will have to creep with him. But also, LawLiet has like basically nothing left.
Yeah. There was of course a lot of resources going into that AP. I'm not too sure if that healing... Wait, he needs to get vision somehow. Ah no, he can just attack ground. That is why LawLiet is trying to move. Can't get in. Ah, he can attack. Alright, so finally that AP is done. But yeah, bought so much time. I don't see Lin moving north in the foreseeable future, and this AP is still not done with the job.
Yeah, this is certainly starting to look better and better for LawLiet, considering he's got the expansion coming up soon to be finishing.
It's so cool. How much time was wasted by this?
Oh, finally there's an opening.
Yeah.
He kills the trees, finally the AP will be exposed. Blade Master showing up for the creep jack. I think this is the right play by Lin. He has to make use of the strength of Hex right now, try to look for more kills. But with the Blade Master getting ensnared, it's not so easy to get those.
Is he too close? Can't attack? What the hell is happening? Or does he just want to keep vision on him? I don't know, man.
Alright, now he's getting ruined again. Alright, the expansion is coming. The thing is, if Lin decides to be playing an aggressive play, like towers and peon push and all that, with level 3 Shadow, he will have a Demolisher to add in more damage for that as well. That would of course be very all-in, but it is a possibility.
Every time you think you've seen it all in Warcraft 3, these players come up with something new. But still, a very, very rough game for the Orc. Levels look very underwhelming. We do have the Alchemist out, we do have the Expo up, and the Natural Crypt. And this AP is still bothering him. This, of course, takes attention. It doesn't do much damage, but it takes attention from Lin. Not too much from LawLiet, I guess. He just has to reposition every now and then. Funny game.
Yeah, importantly for LawLiet, I guess, the Shadowhunter is still far away from 3. If the Shadow was to get level 3 right now, and then 50 supply push with peons and a Demolisher, that could be really scary. But that is still far from the case. Speaking of far from the case, also the levels for LawLiet looking pretty bad right now. 2 and 1. But he is pretty close to 2 level ups.
Will the Blade Master allow the camps, though? We have Windwalk and Crit, so no mirror image yet. He had illusions for the longest time, so that should be fine. Blade Master with the signature play, trying to get rid of that entangle. There is there is entangle, of course, so has to move away. And finally, Raider Serpent Wards will deal with this. Will he lose this Raider? No way! Oh. That alone made the AP worth it.
Oh, he was looking at the blade, I guess. Was considering whether he had to staff out. That's a painful loss, dude. That one raider can make a big difference.
Not anymore. And no heal wave with that hex build as well. Supply is even. That's not where you want to be as an orc at that stage of the game. Siege damage was lost. Can he force a big kill with that demo? Maybe. Scroll of the Beast on Mass Huntress. That is almost a game-winning item. More and more things go LawLiet's way.
Yeah, these drops for the most part have been sick for LawLiet. Circlet, Mantle, and Scroll of the Beast. With Ensnare plus Demolisher, you do good damage. If these shots connect, which they should. And more raiders coming in. Ensnare once more. Some Huntresses dropping low. Shadowhunter not quite level 3 yet. TP out by LawLiet. One more Huntress is gonna go down. Is Lyn gonna move forward?
Yeah, desperate times. He got the double level up. So that's his one big advantage at the moment. No chance for a counter expansion. He knows it. So this is an all-in situation. Towers coming to finally, or to maybe get that move into the grand final. But LawLiet, all he has to do is hold.
Wisp coming in for the detonate. Shadowhunter is surrounded by those wisps. He's trying to pop him out, and it does work out, but the Shadowhunter still falls. He took too much damage. The acid bomb there doing its part. But it's a lot of hunts dying. Lyn could go for a tavern revive, perhaps. Keeper also in trouble.
Wait a minute. Item passed, and the staff out from the Alchemist to finally reach level 3 as well. Big losses, but the big threats are gone. No Serpent Wards, no Demolisher. Both units that help establish this position and buy time for the towers, and that's all not happening.
Very tense game over here still. The Huntresses have the Scroll of the Beast upon them for a little bit longer, but not for too much. Shop is finished, Clarity running. But we have the supply lead now for LawLiet.
And it's just gonna grow and grow and grow and grow. Healthy Hunts, Wisps are ready for the flank. He has perfect vision with that Sentinel up the tree. And of course, double income from 2 bases. Lyn needs a little miracle, but he can create those.
Blade Master with the crits, trying to take out here the defense. Double heal scroll on LawLiet. I like the patience. No need to overextend right now. This would be a good time to move into more archers. That is the case. They're going to take out the Serpent Wards here.
Lots of wisps down. But yeah, mana very, very rare. I think he popped the Clarity early on, but we have double heal scroll by LawLiet. Staff ready. He knows exactly the longer the game goes, the better it is for me, from LawLiet's perspective. And that peon will die, and yeah, tower push not working.
Yeah, the main also seems to be too fortified. Maybe he can go over to the expansion. But by now, the Night Elf army has grown so much. Then probably trying to get that heal scroll as well, but seems to be on cooldown. And Lyn now in desperate waters.
What to do? What can you hope for? Another level 2 Serpent Wards push? It seems like LawLiet is just so ready. We like this play. Try to grab up a big camp, but LawLiet is ready. Do you want to face a orc at the fountain? Is the question here. And it seems like the answer is yes.
Yeah, I think he definitely has the damage to do this. He's also got the sustain with the heal spray plus hunts at the fountain. LawLiet just simply seems to have the stronger army. But level 4 for the Blade Master now. He needed Scourge Bone Chimes here, but he only got the Belt of Giant Strength, which does help the Blade. He's actually super tanky. Jesus. 1150 HP.
Lyn is patiently waiting in no upkeep. What other choice does he have? So far away from an expansion play. Lyn always gotten a little desperate recently, but he's just trying this again. This time on the left lane, sets up a shop and then pushed again soon. But I think LawLiet will just shut that down.
Yeah, it's also for scouting. This buys him a little bit of time to creep the rest of the camp. He's gonna get that one. Item for him was 1 of mana stealing. That's decent. Shadowhunter almost level 4. Lin, lots of gold.
What's he waiting for? Items would be nice. Shield scroll would be nice. Oh, high ground now? Okay. Might be the final fight if LawLiet smashes this. We have a hunt down immediately. That's level 4 on the Shadowhunter. And with flooding, there's actually not too much mana left on the Shaman to detonate.
Yeah, LawLiet with a very good position. Strong fight here for him once again. Not too much died for Lin, I guess. He's still being very cost efficient.
He knows how to turn a game like this around, but no tech. Just patiently waiting. Hoping for higher levels, hoping for some great items. Can he catch LawLiet off guard? I think the chances for that are pretty slim. LawLiet not overcommitting, not moving out of position too much. He does have a town portal, so it's all fine.
This Blade Master has plus 18 strength. 1275 HP. This might be the highest HP Blade Master I've ever seen.
Shouldn't focus him, maybe. That's no bueno. With high armor, of course, as well. The EHP through the roof. But okay, LawLiet was healing up, was creeping, getting a Sobi mask, which is excellent. Doesn't portal to the expo.
Alright, here we go. This is the big attack. LawLiet up by 20 supply. If Lin can win this, he proves again that he's the god gamer. It's gonna be easy though.
If not, LawLiet makes it to one more Tier 1 Grand Final. Keeps his chances alive of finally winning one of these premier events. And the supply is looking in his favor. The hero levels are looking good. The inventory is very fine as well. But the Shadowhunter has a lot of mana and should be respected always.
I think Lin is trying to trade HP right now. Try to take out some units, take some HP off the opponent, and then make use of the free healing here at the fountain.
But
healing up the grunts at the moment. He's getting the shop up. I feel like he may need a Tome of Retraining though.
Boom, right on the money, Mr. Remo Demo. On the other side, the more time he gives LawLiet, the better this army gets. The bottom is already coming. The first orb is there. The bottom is there now. Bouncing Glaive should be there. Upgrades are kicking in. Tier 3 Night Elf, man, is real strong, and we'll see it now.
Yeah, if they had 10 supply more here, this could look very different. But without that 10 supply, it's looking difficult. The Orc force is just simply not that high in number. LawLiet has the heal scrolls as well to keep everything nice and healthy. The Blade Master in the front line, tanking a lot of damage. He will always take some chip damage here. Then falls back and is getting choked out. Slowly but surely it will appear.
Yeah. And LawLiet again, just like on Last Refuge, he didn't move much on the map, right? He never, I mean, in the very beginning the Keeper was sharking around, but apart from that, the furthest was the fountain at the bottom right. He just has to wait for Lin to engage him. And that makes things a little easier.
Trying to get more strength. Come more strength? I don't even know where it drops from. Is it the Magi?
We'll see in a second. Yes, sir.
Alright, hitting the main once again. Oh, the Raider.
Purge may be a little too slow. It's really not much damage done, and we have the second orb up, this time on the Alchemist. Should probably hand it to the bottom, but we'll do that in no time. Alchemist also very, very tanky, so you can't take him out. Only one staff, maybe hero focus, but then he has no hex anymore. It's also not so easy. Wow, they're expanding at the same time with the high ground.
Yeah, LawLiet saw this one coming. He's like, yeah, your Blade Master isn't here. You're clearing out something. And throws down those APs, is gonna shut that down quickly. He's got so much gold because he hasn't been losing much. Blade is level 5. That is the one chance this game.
Big red numbers
out the wazoo.
Yeah, but if only all these strength items were agility items, hey Remo.
Yeah, it's screening for 184 right now. It's surprisingly low. If only had that level 2 Kodo aura.
Probably not gonna happen anytime soon. Just no resource for it. Oh, can he reach? Not really. Expo cancelled on both sides, but that's totally fine for LawLiet, who's still mining from 2 bases. Can afford every upgrade, every item, anything he wants.
Alright, Lin was waiting for an opening to perhaps type this tree, but LawLiet says, you know what, never mind. We're not gonna go for the base race. I'm just gonna TP home, play it safe. Build more APs. They served him quite well this game.
It's very true, Mr. Remo. Very, very true. Imagine the havoc with 3 APs at the bottom right-hand side at the beginning of the game. But yeah, it's once again Orc heroes that have to carry, but I'm not sure with this inventory. He's holding on to that Wind of Mana Stealing for a long time. He's holding on to the Mana Potion for a long time. I really like that. Blade Master is safe from hero focus as well as damage is really stacking up. But okay, LawLiet with the Wisp Flood. He's been so great at that since, I don't know, DreamHack Anaheim and beyond. So Shaman, not too many lightning shields to expect. Also army well spread. This next heal scroll will have great value. Oh man, so sick.
Archer flank on the left as well, and Lin just simply doesn't have enough. If he had more units, more upgrades, this might be doable. The heroes are strong, but the army can't keep up. Archer on the left, not targeted. The Blade Master should be over there perhaps at the moment, but Lin is going to tap out. GG, LawLiet into the grand final.
LawLiet into the grand finals indeed. One step closer to his big dream. The Tier 1 tournament victory was with his back against the wall. This looked pretty grim for him actually after game 1 where Lin was just dominating, but the talents brought him back into the series, and then Unconcealed this genius AP push that got Lin off the map, and then you can't really do too much if the beginning is already that bad, because Warcraft is kind of a snowbally game. I'm not sure if you heard that before.
That may have crossed my ears once or twice, indeed. I wonder if he's going to have a smart adjustment to that AP play. This was something new, probably to him as well. I feel like especially the first Grunt that he lost to the AP was too far forward. He sent it in too early, I think, even before the Shadowhunter was quite there. He could have tried to cut into the trees more decisively with the peons to open up a way. What if he had, when the AP was coming up, what if he had to send 2 peons over to that tree to try to hack it down? Because there was basically only a keeper to try to do anything there. Maybe that could have been a way. But anyways, Lin out now. Top 4 finish for him. We're going to see him later in the 3rd place match. But yeah, LawLiet with a big chance now in the grand final.
He will be up against his either former teammate in 1-2-0 or our Western hope that is still in this tournament. Foggy is tearing people apart on a regular basis these days. Didn't win ESL Asia, I think, but we weren't there to cast it, so not sure what happened there. But War 3 Champions, he looked really hot. He wins the group stage here, and yeah, Foggy on NetEase. Doesn't matter if he has a ping disadvantage or not, but he's up against the force that is 1-2-0, the one and only undead from Asia currently, and this will be a banger of a match. Foggy, of course, very versatile in this matchup thanks to all the practice versus Happy, and 1-2-0 he has to face the Moons, the Colorfuls, the LawLiets to win tournaments, so also one of his biggest matchups. This is gonna be a big clash, and the winner faces LawLiet for the big title. Would be pretty insane if Foggy does this.
Dude, I wouldn't be too surprised. He's just looking so killer at the moment. His shape is peaking. He is looking absolutely terrifying at exactly the right moment. Next week, exactly 1 week away, the global finals of DreamHack are gonna start. And Foggy, once again, looking good, looking hot on the way there.
Hopefully he's not peaking too soon. We go into a tiny little break, everybody, and then we are back with a little bit of talk. Maybe we discuss the DreamHack groups, and maybe we interact a little with you, because we have no delay on the broadcast here for the next tournament. We'll be back in just 5 minutes after a little refill of our coffee and maybe, you know, little tiny bit of breakfast. You don't go anywhere. Raise your questions or now, and then it's time for Foggy versus 120.